TLO has already lifted that orbital command. He's moving it over there. It looks like he may have... no, he didn't drop a mule with it yet. Anyway, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Hasu has a little bit of map control, and finally he uses it to expand. Let's go ahead and check the spending tab. Why don't we check on that? So it looks like it's kind of a cool tab. It looks like TLO, as expected, has spent a little bit more on his army, a tiny bit more on tech as well. But they're actually relatively even, which is a little bit surprising. And Joe, who requested that I actually do things a little bit more rudimentarily, wanted me to show this tab. It's kind of a cool tab too, to show how much resources they've lost. Which is another neat thing. You can see that TLO has actually lost more resources, less number of units, but more resources and units, probably due to those tanks and the Hellions being, you know, a little bit more expensive than Marines, and the Viking as well. Here comes the Viking to try and fend off that Phoenix. The Phoenix survives due to all those stalkers fending off the Viking. He's got a bunch of Marines. He's having to run back and forth here. He's got a turret in the back here, but it's you know, the Phoenix can obviously still just run around willy-nilly and go wherever it pleases for the most part. Just lots of stalkers being put out by these 2 warp gates. More warp gates are going to be added here pretty soon. Hasu has been doing pretty well with his macro. Off just 2 warp gates, he's been keeping his stalker production up, and some zealots added into the mix as well. Especially good with these siege tanks. The siege tanks, you know, attack the Marines and you know, basically cause attack the zealots on top of the Marines and cause splash. And a battle cruiser is out. What? Battle cruiser already coming out here. This Phoenix does not stand a chance. But with these stalkers in play, they can, if they can manage to get a target firing on that battle cruiser, they can actually do decent damage and pick that thing off. But with that many Marines, so much damage per second being put out by those Marines, the stalkers are going to have to run. Tank now on the low ground. It's going to have, you can see the line here showing its area of target range. Hasu now has this base completely up and running. TLO has this base up and running, so it's 2 base versus 2 base basically. Well, not basically, totally. And let's go ahead and check their income, see if Hasu is caught up. Hasu has caught up just about. He's got less harvesters, but TLO has apparently been using scans or something and hasn't been keeping up with his, well, doesn't seem to have a mule at the moment. But that does make a lot of sense. Later on, now that you have full saturation, and you got the second base going, the mules aren't quite as crucial. They still are crucial. You can still get a lot of money from those mules. And here comes a Hellion. He's going to get in. Oh, blinking over. I don't know if that Hellion saw that. Let's check on the the view screen here. We'll check TLO's view screen, not the player camera, and he just comsatted that anyway, so he must have known that was there regardless. Comsatted just to double check, because perhaps the Hellion didn't get in far enough, but he knows that's there now. Hasu putting up a pylon over here just so he can warp units in closer to the battle. It means he may be thinking about going in for a major attack. Some Templar in the mix as well. We could see some storms. That is going to destroy all of these Marines if they engage. But 2 battle cruisers in the mix, and these battle cruisers are not going to feel those storms very much at all. Here he comes in. He's got a Phoenix to spot. Is he going to blink in and make an attack of it? No, he's not going to. He can't really take the rest of his army with him if he does that. So it makes sense. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to commit those stalkers. But yeah, those Templar are going to be major turning point. Not turning point, but they're going to give Hasu a real big advantage against these masses of Marines and Marauders, although he's got them put in bunkers now, just defensively. And he's just building up more battlecruisers, just training up BCs. And a Ghost Academy is out as well. I'm curious to see what he does with that. We saw the last game I casted, QXC did very well with Ghosts. And he could do very well with Ghosts as well in this game. I mean, there's especially if there's any high-tech units that come out, he can snipe them. They're good for sniping High Templar with the snipe ability, or of course with the EMP ability, you can snipe basically a few High Templar at once if you want to. And look at this, he's got a cannon and a Templar up on this little spot here. So that's actually kind of a cool little trap. He's got 1 cannon up here, so if he tries to run an SCV up, and if he runs in forces to try and take out that cannon, the High Templar can do a substantial amount of damage before it goes down. Anyway, dropship running around. It looks like he tried to drop. Oh, he may have tried to drop a Ghost in the back or something like that. He's researching Cloak right now. I'm not sure what that was. I'm sorry. I could jump back, but I don't think it's quite worth it to jump back on the replay. And oh man, huge attack coming in here actually. He tried to land. Oh, it looks like he picked off the command center. Maybe I will jump back here just for a moment so we can catch this whole action. Still missing what was back there, but here comes the Stalkers coming in. He's going to try and lift that command center and run it out. SCV's coming in, forces coming in from the side. He target fires it, but the storm goes off right on the attack run of those ground forces. Stops them completely from coming in and engaging these Stalkers, which enables them to completely pick off that command center very, very quickly. And wow, and now Hasu's starting to warp in units over on this right side. It looks like he might be trying to take this territory and just try and out-macro him because he's got this third base up now. He's stopped TLO from getting his third base up. TLO just with a couple battle cruisers. He's got the Amato cannons there as well. So I'm really maybe he's planning on just using the Amato cannons to pick off Stalkers or something like that. Or if any other higher tech units come out, he can use those to pick him off quickly. Although it looks like he's just going to go with the Temps, basically, Templar, and just stick with that. These few Stalkers are over here. I'm not sure. Maybe he just spawned them in over there because it was a little bit closer. Anyway, Hellions trying to run in around here. Again, oh, nice use of Blink to blink back and stop that Hellion from getting past again. He's still distance mining over here with some SCVs that he had running to those minerals before as he builds another command center. Third BC is out. Let's go ahead and check the units tab. Yeah, he's got 3 BCs, 6 tanks. We've got 1 ghost. That'd be cool if you could click on the icon and see where it was. Anyway, here he comes in. He's got an observer overhead. He moves in with the Guardian. I'm sorry, not the Guardian Shield. Is it Guardian Shield? Yes, to try and take some hits. Massive storms going off on all those units. The BCs are just taking it though, and the tanks do massive amounts of damage to all those ground units, destroying Hasu's entire army. And wow. TLO ending up with a huge army, and Hasu ending up with very little. Hasu's getting this nexus up at the high yield minerals though. So basically, I think TLO needs to make an attack here pretty soon. He's going to have this third base going. His main is mined out. Hasu's main not quite mined out due to the fact he lost a bunch of probes earlier. But yeah, basically, TLO has an advantage at the moment. And he kind of needs to press it and take out one of these bases that Hasu's getting up right now, or he's going to kind of lose his opportunity. He's got BCs, he can repair them up, he's got tanks, he's got Marines, and Hasu just getting these Templar out, but they don't quite have the... Okay, never mind, they do have the energy. He may have upgraded the energy upgrade. Yes, okay, he did. Which allows them to storm immediately upon spawning instead of waiting, you know, 10 seconds or 15 seconds or so to get enough energy to storm. Where are these SCVs going exactly? Oh, they're going to repair the tanks. Good call. Anyway, so maybe he doesn't have the ability to move out after all, actually. TLO still going to have to camp on these 3 bases and just push out later on. Again, keeping his money pretty low here. As is Hasu. Hasu, a little bit of money in the bank. He's got 192 supply worth of pylons, but he's not quite filling them up yet. But that means he's going to be able to just spam out units pretty quickly here. He's got these Templar in play as well. I'm curious to see if... I just heard a comset go off. I don't know if he spotted that army or not. Where did that ghost go? Hope that would be really cool to see him go in there and just EMP that group of Templar. And what was going on there? Maybe he's trying to save a probe that put down that pylon. Anyway, here comes out TLO. Now he's moving out. Now he has a medevac to go along with... Oh, never mind. Does not have the medevac. Blinks in and tries to pick off, but then realizes he's blinked too far in, right into TLO's grasp, and pulls back. Luckily, the Templar were not damaged. Luckily for Hasu, he's going to need those for whatever battle ensues. But wow, I thought TLO was moving out. Looks like he was just moving down to this corner here so he could protect the high ground and not have Hasu move in from the side here like he's been doing. Hasu has this high yield up and running though. TLO spots it. That's probably going to be his target here pretty soon. He needs to take out that high yield pretty quickly, or you know, take his own high yield or something like that. He's got to be worried about falling behind economically. I guess Hasu's pretty much mined out in his main. Ooh, Dark Shrine out. Are we going to see some Dark Templars? Yes. Yes, but he's going to walk right by that turret and get owned. No Dark Templar for you. Anyway, so TLO has a really nice position on top of this high ground here, but all these units are just asking to get stormed if he can have the opportunity, though. He's got a few Stormers in here, a few High Templar. Comsats that army. Is he gonna... Okay, so he knows it's there. He's gonna try and move in on that army. Whoa, blinks out of the way to get away from the Yamato. Nice. Nicely done. He gets out of range of the Yamato. And by the way, the Stalkers